Hey, let's talk about games. Good afternoon, guys and girls. Welcome back. Another video today. It's me, Hydra. Today, rambling a little bit about the power rating system and a couple of changes I feel that don't need to be made to the power rating system, but how it's displayed to the player and how it's introduced to the player. Now, let me just give you guys a little bit of background info as to what's actually happening with the power system, what it is, just if you guys need a little bit of a refresher. And afterwards, the real meat of this video, and the real important message I really hope someone at NeoCore takes on board. It's not a mandatory change, but it's gonna freaking help. Anyway, let's get started with actually the power rating system. So we load up our character here, we go to our character, oh no, we go back to our inventory, and then we're on our power rating here. Now, what is this? Many players will see this as a form of gear score, a total representation of how powerful all your gear is. It is not. It is not, it is not, it is not. It is a number used in the actual damage calculation of your party, both in terms of damage done and damage taken. This is not just an arbitrary number given to you so you can compare with friends as to who's how good, etc. This is a number used to unlock content or make content more accessible by making you do more damage and take less damage. That being said, if you go on a plus 200 difficulty mission, you're going to be doing about 40% less damage and taking about 40% more. That's not the exact numbers, but that's the sort of rough expectations you're going to have. Play on something easy, you're going to be dealing more damage, taking less damage. Now, what's the implication? Remember I said this is for the entire damn party. This is for your squad. So the leader determines the power rating of every single person in there. Although, that's not what the UI currently says. Here we are in a mission I made earlier. Now, here we have plus and minus percentages. However, unfortunately, the party system is not working today, so I can't really show this. But if I was not the leader, this number here and this number here would be irrelevant because this is all in relation to my own power rating. If I were not the host, these numbers would not be remotely relevant. Now, here is the first issue. This is why many players don't actually understand or appreciate the benefits of this system. And let's be honest, the system is not perfect, but it has advantages and it has disadvantages. The advantage, you can play with goddamn anyone in the same subsector, and your damage is not going to vary more than about 300%. I mean, I'm presuming if you're a low level, they're a high level, they're really optimized, you're completely unoptimized, maybe they would do 4 times the damage you do. Worst case scenario. And that's maybe comparing someone that's done 40 hours versus someone that's done 2 hours. That is the upper extremes. But if you've got, say, a level 20 and a level 30 in a game together, your damage is going to be fairly similar. What I'm saying is you can pick anyone out of general chat, anyone out of your cabal, anyone out of your guild, play together, have fun. You don't even need to worry about where you are in the game. That is completely different to any other ARPG I've played. That is the major advantage. Now, disadvantage, obviously, there's not a lot of damage inflation. Yes, there's a tiny little advantage there of providing a very easy to balance system, but let's be honest, players don't really care if something's easy to balance. They just want their numbers to get bigger, as shown within the Steam forums. This is how the system works, and this is how the players don't understand the system. So, first thing that we really need to do, I believe, is actually sell the advantage of this somewhere within the damn game. This is the reason the system is here. Surely, there may be others simply just by avoiding inflation, but for me at least this seems like the main reason to have this power rating system, so people can play together without sweating about who's got the better gear and who's been carried and boosted. So what can we do to basically help players understand? Yeah, you can release videos, you can release articles, but really, truthfully, something needs to be in the game, in my view. Now, it could be done a few ways. We could have a little tutorial, so it could be a very brief pop-up saying, look, here's the squad system, invite someone to your squad, blah, blah, blah. Here's an AI Space Marine that you've invited, now his power rating is made equal to yours, blah, 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 blah. That could work and could make things very, very simple. I would like, however, and this is just a personal request, this may not be accepted by everyone, I would like a very simple squad rating system. Okay, it's very, very simple, a squad power rating system. So when you're invited at the party, yeah, if I get a list of players here on the left, what could happen is we could just have a number at the top, squad power rating, and that is just taken by the host. Once players have seen a tooltip that says this is the host's rating, it's going to be very, very simple to comprehend, and then you guys are going to realise what system you can go in, what missions you can do, and you can say, oh, we could do this, we could do that. It's just going to make it very obvious that the host is in control of this, because at the moment what we've got players saying, oh man, I can't play with you, you're too high, or no, I can't go to this mission, it's too bad, or I can't do this, I can't do that, and it's just complete and utter bollocks, because you can. It's just the UI tends to sort of imply that you can't, and there's nothing within the game whatsoever anywhere to imply that when you join a party that the power rating becomes irrelevant. I mean, if you load up your character or inventory screen here and you're in a party, that number stays the same, and kind of rightly so because it's your character, but nowhere anywhere that I can click does it do anything that implies that my party is now capable of all doing the same thing together. And I think a very simple tool to remedy this would be to have a simple squad power rating. Wherever it's displayed, I have no idea. Put it above the host, shove it anywhere on the screen. Put it on the mission debrief over here, and it can simply show you the actual modifiers that your squad is going to have to put up with for that mission. Now, this is just an idea. This is one of many ways, but I truly and honestly believe that the advantages of this system are going to be overlooked by many because they're never even going to realise that they exist. So that being said, it's my belief that something needs to be done with this to at least promote why this system is here, because it's not inherently obvious to a player. Now, granted, it's never really going to be obvious to a lone wolf player who's after chasing big numbers. The power rating system simply will not satisfy because A, you're never going to see dramatic number inflation, and B, if they're never playing co-op, they're never really going to care about the rating system. It's, again, not a perfect system, but it provides advantages that traditional ARPGs don't. Just like, I played Diablo 3 a few months ago. Love the game. Really like the game. Not downplaying it. But constantly, one of my friends would be underperforming, one of them would be overperforming, someone gets boost, someone gets carried. And it's not just Diablo, it's pretty much any ARPG where you guys have a level difference because one of you logged in and played a few extra hours. Well, congratulations, now one of you is going to be boosting the other one for the next week until you catch up or get your final set bonus and can blah blah blah. You guys have all been there with me. It's a painful experience. This game doesn't have it. So why don't we promote that a little bit? Maybe it's a little bit risky to promote because you're also going to have to admit that you're not giving loads of damage inflation. It's kind of a tough spot, but I really hope something can be done to at least make players aware of the advantage of this. Guys and girls, want to see what you think down below. Are you happy with the system? Obviously, it's not going to change. We've just had the final revision. I think it's very unlikely to change anyway, otherwise they wouldn't have given us the final revision. Maybe it'll be tweaked again in the game's final release, perhaps. We'll have to wait and see for that. But what do you think on the UI? Did you even know that this is how the power rating system works? That's what I'm really curious of. Did you even know that this is what happens when you join a party? Guys and girls, have yourself a great week. Interview is coming. Just waiting for the audio from the developers to come at me. And I promise you, there's going to be some information that will blow your mind. See you later this week, guys. Have a great week.